Yeah, so I would tend to, just to remind you all on this housekeeping stuff, and that you take this program as it is, because you come in here, we are offering you a butter cake. You cannot expect, a chiffon or a cheesecake, kind of thing. So a butter cake is a butter cake. No matter how much you think that it should look like a cream cake or a cheesecake, it will not be it, you see. So when you come in, before you come in, I'm sure you've already made a lot of consideration, think it through and all that. So if there is anything that we may not be so, it may not suit your taste or suit your idea of an engineering management course, or suit to your profession, more like it, please be aware that this is really a very general kind of course that is open for everybody. You see, we have 5 engineering programs by masters in UNIMAS. 4 of them very specifically will target at specific engineers such as civil, mechanical manufacturing, chemical, and energy sustainability people. And then also the 4th one was communication systems, which is targeted completely at telecommunication and EE people. Okay, so these are the programs that if you want to learn knowledge on that area, is this 4 program. Engineering management accept a wide range of audience. So because we accept a wide range of audience, the lecture, the notes, everything, the subject itself have to be that to give it to the wide range of audience in that sense. All right. Okay, so I'll just quickly go through what the program, this particular course is like. Okay. For the old people, I think you have no issue at all. It's quite simple. I mean, you're used to things. Oh yeah, cost plan. What's my cost plan? My cost plan, sorry, Dr. Lee hasn't passed it to me, the cost plan. Okay, but I'll just run through the cost plan with you without sharing anything. I'm not sharing anything here yet. Hold on. I think I better off the screen. Later on, confused again. Stop sharing. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me off my video, okay, so that we can have smoother data. Okay. From week 1 to week 3. Okay. Today is basically a hi-bye kind of thing. But I do not want to waste this hi-bye kind of thing. So we will go through some very fundamentals. Actually, when I want to give you fundamentals, I felt very awkward. I feel very, very awkward because you should have the fundamentals of project management by now. Okay, but considering the fact that there may be people who are not so into project, you may not really get the gist of project management. So we still have to go through that in that sense, but I'll try to make it quick and make it balanced for everybody. Okay, so project management, this program, we will have week 1 today as some running through, a very quick run through about project and project management. And then we will also start to talk a little bit about scope management. The first topic that we'll be moving into is scope management. And that will be a big topic that will take you to 2 weeks. 2 weeks means LU2 and LU3. And next week, LU2 and LU3, you'll be combined from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I don't know, Dr. Lim always have this fantastic idea of joining all the classes together, and that really kills everybody. I mean, like I myself can't talk for 3 hours. So whatever I can do is I will just give you the classes, and then we'll probably finish before 12. And then after that, we will, whatever left, I will put some recordings for you all to listen over the weeks. Okay, so I think that would be a bit more easy to absorb than sitting here, on the same topic for 6 hours. Okay, so that would be how I run classes whenever we have like combined classes for 6 hours, the same course. Okay, so next week we will do scope management. Okay, and scope management, part of scope management, we specifically requested for some economics studies in it. Okay, so what I will do for you is to, talk about how to design scope from the conceptual to feasibility studies, and then down to EIA and all that, and then coming down to talk about final project, scope of work breakdown, how to do work breakdown structures and all that. And then because of the assignments need, Dr. Lee will come in and talk to you about time, about resources, about work breakdown. So I will stop around work breakdown. So how to do work breakdown structures to describe the scope of the work. And then from there, she will pick up and move into talking about time management first. But before she talk about time management, she needs to go through resources management, how to do resources management, how to divide resources, and how to combine resources for multiple projects and all that. And then so there will be one full class on resources. Okay, then after that we move on to talk about scheduling, how to create duration, how to create duration carefully, not to just simply write a number on a piece of paper, and then do your program, your Gantt chart, and then in the end, planning is very badly done. And then, a lot of times I think in project, we focus a lot on controlling, like contractors are, or builders are, or suppliers, they're not giving you the things on time. But, have we ever thought about maybe it's the planning, the duration, the initial stage that is wrong, that is not being properly done? So you actually set a very unrealistic expectation. So no matter how the processing operation people needs to do the control, it's going to be very difficult, because in the first place it's already wrong, you see. So then it creates a lot of aftermath issue, that is, falling into things like contract, dispute, etc., and it's to nobody's benefit. So we do tend to, as a researcher for many, many years in these areas on time, I see that, from my own, not just experience, but from my own study in that sense, we do tend to see that a lot of the issue sometimes is created because of the initial planning. Okay, what do we mean by initial planning? Like you don't do any risk management, you don't calculate your duration properly, and then you tend to just slide it over, like when you say duration, when you do Gantt chart, you tend to leave it to the young engineers in the office, and then they just key in the numbers, and then like this one based on experience, based on past data, it's 2 weeks, or based on 3 weeks, this is 5 days, this is 10 days, this is 2 months. You see, so there's no basis for your data in terms of duration. So this is something that we really want to get across to all the students. Before you can actually say that this is what duration, what duration that is needed, can you please think about, what is necessary to make it a logical number? Otherwise, what are we doing? We're doing guessology. It's as good as a guess, you see. And then project to project is a different thing. Different project, different environment, even in the same area, doing different phases, you have maybe different subcontractors, you have different people working, you've got different soil conditions. There's many things that is different. So you cannot just based on your experience, your data previously, and then that's it, and then I will key in as it is. So this is something that we want to get across to our students, as a practitioner in the future, or as a practitioner now, in the way. So we will encourage calculation with production rate, calculation with risk management, combining risk management with time management, looking into different type of risks that is possible for you to be inputted into the duration before you write it down as 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 5 days, 45 days, and the project duration is 18 months, for example. Okay, so we need to determine that. So we need to get our planning up right, you know. And then after that, Dr. Lee will also give a showcase, which is going to fall on the physical week. So we encourage you to bring your computer, your laptop. You must do have MS projects for the Microsoft projects, the time and all that. She will do some hands-on with you guys. So it will be very interesting class on that Saturday. So that Saturday she will talk about time and then talk about how to do Gantt chart and hands-on Gantt chart. I mean, like not just talk. You know, it's going to be you with your program. You can input your project, input the activities in your project. Then we use what we've taught you to actually do your Gantt chart, you know, do your duration, do your predecessors, successors, and all that to do your Gantt chart. So this is what is going to happen from resources. Then we're going to have our break from project management, and then coming back, it will be a Saturday that we'll be doing the physical week, 2 weeks, and that 2 weeks she will do time with you, and then she will also, maybe if I'm not wrong, she will also start to do economic studies with you, because supposed to be the class have to be in such a way that scope, and then scope management, inclusive of scope management, should be addition of costs, additional of project economics, project evaluation, whereby we talk to you about net present value, engineering economics stuff. She's very good with that. Our engineering economics in university is taken by her. So if you want to ask a question on annual cost, present value, this is mainly for, especially if you guys are into managerial role. A lot of you are into like project planning and project strategic planning at a very strategic level. And that will actually be very helpful for you to determine which project that you want to do, or which investment that you're going to be going for, especially if some of you run a developer firm maybe, or if some of you are actually in JKR or in high government agency. You need to know which project is actually going to bring you more benefit, and that benefit will overcome the cost, and then be so much of a part that you choose, you select the project accordingly. So, but then because of assignment purpose, we do want to give you time first. So this economics part, we will drop it to a little bit later. So I think what she's going to do with you for that week is basically time, cost, resources, time, and then scheduling with Microsoft projects, and then we're going to move in and do. So don't miss that physical week if you can. Okay, at least, trust me, even though it says physical week, we won't go on until afternoon. Nobody can do that. We can't do that as well. So most likely it's in the morning we will give you physical classes, and in the afternoon we'll give you pre-recorded lectures. So you can go back and do your pre-recorded lectures. Listen to your pre-recorded lectures as you go along. Pre-recorded lectures is very much of your own effort. We give you pre-recorded lecture. If you're too lazy to listen, well, then that is your problem. It's not our problem. My pre-recorded lecture is always done in such a way that it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So I can have 9, 10-minute segments. So you can listen while driving to work, in the morning, in a traffic jam, on, if you like my voice in the morning to wake you up, okay? So then you can actually listen to it, or you can listen to it in the toilet while you're doing your, big business. Yeah, there's any time, you can listen to it. So you can just listen to 10-minute segments, and then after that, the next 10 minutes, because the reason why I don't want to give you like 3-hour segments, or 180-minute segments, or 120-minute segments, is because nobody can listen that long, and then if let's say I give you 10-minute segments, you listen, I think I'm okay with this already. So I move on to the next segment. And then sometimes certain segments you may have issues, and certain segments you may have some problems. Then we can discuss more. Then you know which segments you have issues. So sometimes if we give you a very long lecture on the segments, then you will be like, I remember hearing this at minute what, but I don't remember which minute already. Then you have to scroll up and down, trying to find the segments that you're not very clear, you see. So I believe in that. So I practice that. So far I have no issues with that with the rest of the other students. So that's what I will do when it comes to pre-recorded lecture. Okay. So I'll post up different segments. The link, you click, you go to YouTube, you listen to that, 10 minutes maximum, and you'll be off already. Okay, so you don't have to listen to it over one day. You can listen to it over 2-3 days, 4-5 days, whenever you're free, you know. Okay, then that week we also have we will also have a physical week on Sunday. That one I'll be back with you talking about cost management, and also I think that will be the time roughly when we talk about economics as well. More or less is all day. Okay, and there will be some lectures on procurement management, the different type of procurement management, and why is procurement very important. And some of you are more into procurement, especially the QSs, I believe, then it may be very helpful for you all. So procurement will go from type of procurement method down to selection of contractors, tendering, award, you know, and then we won't cover quality in this topic. In this course, because quality is a whole course by itself. We will also not cover risk in detail here because it will be a whole program on risk management. So you need to interlace the knowledge together with one another. Okay, and then after that, towards the procurement, after procurement, we have two segments on procurement, and then we also have stakeholder management. What else do we have? Let me recall. I think that's quite a lot of topic to cover already. And then we also have the last one is the integration of the knowledge. I think that is probably about it. I'm not sure whether, I don't think team is not in this program because team is actually in organizational behavior, and then conflict and dispute should be in my legislation and contract later on. So this one is fully concentrating on things like time, cost, you know, and then we talk about quality management, but it's not in so much detail because that is going to be covered in quality management 6033 class later. And then we will then we will also have procurement. I think procurement is definitely here, if I remember correctly. And then the last few classes will be on stakeholder management and integration and all that. So I think that will be the syllabus. Because I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused sometimes because I do have another civil engineering project management class, you know, which is with my master students. So that program is very similar with this program, but this program, some part of it is taken out to put in the big lecture, big other courses, whereas that program, everything is in that course. So that's why there will be some confusion. So I will post up I will get Dr. Lee to give me the course plan, and then I'll post it out on eLib. You can take a look at all the topics that we're going to go through. Okay, and the topic is going to be by LU1, LU2, LU3, LU4, LU5 kind of coding, and that should be interlinked with the timetable, whereby we at the back of the timetable you see LU1, LU2, LU3, LU4 kind of thing. Yeah. So I think the other concern that I'm sure all of you have is the assignment project exam. This program will do a pair assignment. I think it's going to be a pair assignment, but I'll let Dr. Lee brief you. There will be an assignment of 20 marks. The topic itself, we will leave it a question mark now. Okay, it should be on scheduling, production rate, scheduling, and all that. Then on the my project, I'll be guiding you for your project. Okay, your project will be on, most likely it will be on procurement, and also cost. Okay, may include some economics aspects as well. Okay, so it will be a big project. I think if there is only 16 or 17 of you, or no less than 17, we will only go for a group of 3. Okay, it's a group project. Okay, 3 I think is a group already lah. So I don't need to go to up to 4 or 5. It's not very good. I think it's not very healthy. So 4, I think 3 is the max. If you want to do pair work, it's fine as well. You can use the same project what Dr. Lee have given you, and then use it for my project as well. The same project, you need to get your case studies, your company being a project or whatever. You need to pick one and use it as your case studies, and we'll base on that to create your cost plan, your procurement plan, inclusive of your economics studies, to make sure that you have to think about which option is better and all that. So we will probably go for a project like that. So it's not going to be an easy peasy project. It needs time for you to study. It needs time for you to do your Excel worksheet, to do your research. It needs time for you to meet up with your friends and all that. So yeah, so it's a group project definitely. So I need you all to work together with one another. We don't have anything here that says that, oh, my group member is not working, they're not doing too much. I mean, they're not doing anything. I'm doing everything, and therefore I want to complain and all that. So normally, you guys are big adults already. We know the facts in life. So choose your group member carefully, and then and don't complain about one another. Okay, if it's a really serious problem, yes, we should. For example, really that person has 0 contribution, they cannot do anything at all, then yes, by all means, you can come and talk to us. We will try to help you by communicating with that person. I believe we have a student from China. Am I right? Which one of you is from China? LL. Is it LL from China? No, it shouldn't be, right? One? Is it one? Are you from China?
Yes, sir. I'm from China.
Okay, right. Okay. So you are Dr. Lee's students, right? For your RP, I heard, yeah. All right. So I was the assessors for your RP1 that day, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so we have somebody from China here, and she probably needs a bit of help. And whoever is grouping with her, can you make sure that you guys can find? I mean, sorry to say this, maybe somebody who can speak Chinese will probably be a bit more helpful to match up with Wang. Okay, come on, be a bit helpful how you all see how yeah, but my suggestion would be that and then she may need a bit of help in terms of language and all that. But when I will also say that, to complete this course, everything is in English. We cannot give way and let you talk in Chinese, I mean, you can talk in Chinese with your friends and all that later on if you're doing your assignments, but the report needs to be produced in English. You have to match their footstep also, not everybody have to be kind to you in that sense, I mean, if they are grouping with you, make sure that you do your part as well. Okay, so everybody, please work together, work well together. If they really have issues, you can always come and talk to me or Dr. Lee. Like I said, I see Dr. Lee every day, so every day we talk about you guys, so it's not an issue. So you talk to her or talk to me also the same. Okay, yeah, so that will be what we're going to be doing for your project. Project will be 40%. I mean, if you're going to flunk it and get 20 marks out of 40, you're really trying to commit suicide in the way, it's like you got a chance already to do well for your project. Why not you do well, get 30 out of 40, get 35 out of 40, and then assignment get 15 or something like that, then you're already 50 marks or 45 marks there already. Exam, 40 marks. 4 questions usually. Okay, 4 questions exam, and our exam questions need you to study, need you to know, need you to write. Okay, there's no easy way out. I can't think of any easy way out for you except for do your revision, but what me and Dr. Lee will do to help for this particular course will actually be giving you some question, like some practice question, okay? And we will also give you 4 mini tasks on e-link. Each mini task will be 0.5 marks. So 1 mark from her, 1 mark from me, 2 marks. This 2 marks is out of 100. It's not going to be divided with anything. 2 marks, if let's say your exam, in the end, you only got 58. This 2 marks is going to be very precious because we will give you that 2 marks because you have done, that particular mini task. So this is a bonus 2 marks. So in a way, we're giving you 102 marks. So it's a matter of whether you take it or not. Some people also, I have students who couldn't care. They're so confident. No, I need to do mini tasks. Okay, that's fine. We're not forcing. All right. And then on the other hand, we are also doing, I will try, before exams or as we go along, this is something I will discuss with Dr. Lee as well. Maybe at the end of every class, we will also try to point out like, in this kind of topic, what kind of questions you may get, kind of thing. But definitely we'll give you some exam tips at the end of the semester. And that exam tips, we don't bluff you guys, okay? We will always give you, I'm sure I don't bluff you guys, right? Like, you can ask the old people, do I bluff you guys? I don't, right? But I may give you a bit more, but then I will give you less, you see. So I think people pass, they do well. And then, so what you do is when you hear the practice questions, go home and try it out first, and then, if you need to translate it, you prepare yourself first, you see. Don't just wait for exam time to come and then look at the question and then you go like, alamak, I don't even know what this question is all about. And then because project management, the area is actually intercross with one another. Like time is intercross with cost because you need time duration for you to be able to do your cost management. You see, the budget, without time, how to do budget? Many of the elements within it is actually what? Manpower is time-based. Machinery is time-based. So many things is time-based. So you have to have the duration. So when the question come up, some people are like, this one is cost management or time management. You get confused. You see, you're not clear about your topics. And that is very dangerous. Okay? So this is some words of warning now. So exam 40 marks, assignment project already 60 marks. Please don't get 60 marks only. Please be more ambitious. Don't be like, I need 60 marks, I target 60 marks, I get 60 marks. Understand or not? I think the old students do understand that. But the new students, 60 marks is the minimum to pass. But if you want to graduate, you need every subject at least an average of 65. So this subject you get 60, another subject you must get 70. Otherwise, chances are very high you won't graduate. And if your CGPA is less than 2.5, you'll be automatically kicked out of university without even us telling the CGS to do what. The system will be there, marks will be generated, you are less than 2.5, bye-bye. You receive a letter, you need to re-register for the whole program again, and all your money that you paid previously will be gone. Okay? The other thing is, if yours this semester you get less than 3, you get between 2.5 to 3. First warning. Second warning, if you get less than that again next semester, again, automatically fail, kick out. Okay? So this is not about just passing the subject, In order to be very comfortable, if you want to do it a stupid way, every subject gets 65, full stop. Don't think, okay? Target 65 and above. Anything less, you are in danger. Okay? So this is my word of warning to everybody. For this subject, aim for 65 and above. Do all your assignments properly, hand in on time. Know the deadline, please, when we give you deadline, you need to read dates. The date is when? 31st of December. You handing on time. The reason why we cannot give you appeal is because, like I said, the time is very short. You sit for exam on the 3rd, 4th, and then on the 10th, we need to submit all the marks to the system. And by 11 or 12, the system is closed, and that's it. The marks will be generated. You see, the time period is so short. How to give you extra time? Extra time, maybe 1 or 2 days is possible, but not a lot, like 1 week, a month, not possible. Because in the end, we cannot key in your marks, you still get an F. Okay? We give also no use. All right, so this is something for you to be aware of, I mean, like, it's not sometimes the lecturers are being unhelpful or anything like that, because there are a lot of things that we need to follow. Without a proper systems, you won't want to come to universities like this with no systems as well. Okay. All right. That is for the course plan. Okay, and then the CLO, PLO, that kind of things, what you're expected to get out of subject. I don't have the documents with me, so I cannot tell you off the top of my head. But next week when I get the document, I will show it to you again. What is the objective we need you all to achieve at the end of the day, and then and also what the program wants you to get from this particular course as well. This is something that by SOP, we have to tell you in the end, what you learn, what you need to learn, what you need to get from the program as a course coordinator, as a course lecturer, we need to present it to you. So that one, I don't have it with me now, like I say, it's with Dr. Lee, so I need to get it from her. Okay, and I think we leave it for now. But the main thing is, I already tell you the program week by week, what to do, and secondly, assignment and project. Assignment will come to you around week 3 or week 4, and then project will come to you around week 7, week 8, week 7. Probably week 6, I will give up the assignment already, because not too late. You need to have at least about 5 to 6 weeks to finish up. Okay, so that will be what we're going to be doing. The marks is 20, 40, 40. 40 project, 40 exam, 20 assignment. Okay, any questions so far?
No, Dr. Ting, very clear.
Very clear, huh? Okay. What about the new students?
No questions.
No questions. Hi, Mr. He, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you again, Dr. Ting.
Yeah, nice to see you again. So you do input if you have anything to input. You're a very senior engineer, I believe. So I don't know what we're talking here will be a bit too easy for you. I hope not.
No. Just no. It's good. It's good to be here. Good to be back to school.
Yeah, to get a feel to be young again, Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, okay. And Law, I think Law Wee Lung, are you our new students as well? I think you are, right? Dorothy sounds very new to me. Hang Jelly Y.
I'm new.
You're new. Okay. Your background from where?
I'm a civil engineer working in water board.
In where? Cebu Water Board.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you. I think I've just seen your name recently. Yeah, I've just seen your name recently.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Cebu Water Board. And you must be very senior engineers as well. Wow, we have got a lot of senior people. It's going to give us a lot of pressure to do the classes very well for you guys. Okay. Yeah, by all means, you can communicate with me anytime, okay, by email and all that. So we've got Wang, who is from China, and then Huang used to be my ex-students from Masters, but not successful. So this time, come back to do MSc EM. I hope that you will do well this time. Huang?
Yeah, doctor. I hope, I can excel.
How did you go last semester?
Quite good for my previous semester.
You got what CGPA?
3.92.
3.92. In that sense, then maybe you are a bit more, you probably need a little bit more system kind of study lah. So I think Masters by research wasn't your cup of tea, but you had to be very careful when you come to your research project,
Okay, all right,
Because
doctor.
research project is going to be like that research that you did with me, but on a smaller scale. So you have to be very careful because I know some students, they're very good in their study. Whenever it comes to exam, comes to all these sort of assignments, they can ace it through, but then when it comes to research, it's immediately terkendala. So something to watch out for lah. So I think that may be your weakness lah. So just be careful lah, huh?
Okay, all right.
Have you start your research project one already?
Yeah, I've done my RP1.
Okay, so no issues so far lah, huh? That's good then.
Okay, all right. Thank
Maybe,
you.
yeah, no problem. Maybe your energy and my energy just doesn't sync very well together lah.
Okay.
It's like that sometimes, huh? People with people, huh?
Yeah.
No worries, okay?
Mm.
And then Dorothy, you're from where?
Hi, I'm just fresh grad from US.
Oh, QS. Okay, can.
Yeah,
So I know at least some of your background, huh? Okay. Okay, sure, no problem. First time with us, right?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The rest is I can't recognize. Joel, you are also new, right, Joel?
Yes.
Okay. Background, can I just have a quick note of your background?
I'm also from QS.
QS, a lot of QS. QS are very close with civil lah, so quite easy to handle. Yeah. The QS will be very good to do cost management projects. You all probably have a lot of data, the rates and all that, huh? So maybe some of you can grab one QS into your group when you're doing my project later. Well, that is a strategy for you. Okay. Fairul is all student. Zulkifli, are you new? No.
Hi, this is my second sem.
Second sem. So I never met you before. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. One Aziru. Okay. Eunice is all. Bong, I've seen you before. Afika, you're still here? It's last sem, right?
This is my fourth semester.
You're doing part time, huh?
Yes.
Okay. But same as Saul, right? You're doing your part time, so you guys will be graduating very soon, I think, isn't it? Another 1 or 2 sem to go, right?
Another 2 semester, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's not dwell on this anymore. Let's move on. Okay. We'll go for the just a quick one on the class today. Okay, this is like I said, it's a bit of I don't know, it's a bit of an awkwardness to go through this with you because, like I said, this is fundamentals of project management. Okay, so I'll be trying to be as quick as possible to run through this, just some basic terminology and knowledge for you to recap yourself. Some of you have left school for many, many years already. You probably have heard of all these terms before, again and again, but practicing this again and again, but not really knowing the exact terms or whatever terminologies and all that. Okay, so I think whatever it is, I think we as civil engineers, engineers we basically build a lot of things not only all these major mega structures these are all civil stuff, but I think we do a lot of projects as well. Like IT people do projects as well. Landing on the moon is a project as well. Development of a new factory, commercial plant. Designing a new car. Designing a new warehouse for certain purposes. I mean, I've seen a lot of mechanical combining. A lot of projects are actually mechanical combining with a lot of chemical and also electrical as well. I mean, one of the most common one that I think we can think of is combining all the engineers' expertise together will be treatment plant. Okay, so I think treatment plant will water treatment plant, sewage treatment plant. All these will be combining a lot of mechanical parts, a lot of mechanical parts, electrical parts with civil as housing the tank. designing the tank and all that, the formulation, the pipelines and all that. And then we will also have chemical engineers coming into treatment plant as well, because they need to look into the formulations, they need to look into the water quality. There also will be environmental engineers involved as well on the input, discharge and all that kind of stuff. Like what is it in the end that you can let people drink, at the end of the line, you see? So where you're going to get your eye from, where you're going to get your water from, and then from the water you go into the raw water intake, from the raw water intake all the way to the treatment plant, and treatment plant to the high level tank, some tank, and then back to the supply line, distribution line. This is actually a project. I mean, for me, it's a wonderful project that showcases all engineers in it. So these are projects, you see, and no one project is the same. Okay, no one project is the same. Okay, yeah. So project basically is based on a direction. You need to achieve something. Okay, I mean, nobody do a project without achieving anything. I mean, if none of us have any objective, we wouldn't be here, correct or not? Sure or not? So if let's say your objective is to take life easy, and then just have fun. I mean, even have fun is also an objective, correct or not? There's many ways to have fun. Okay, many ways to be lazy as well. So what is your objective? So for engineering, our objective is always to produce something. You produce some unique product. There must be a result. There must be some solution to a problem, to create a service that can to create some system that can service a team of people, an organization, the nation, the people. Okay, so our deliverables are very unique. Okay, so every project, you need to determine what you need, what you're going towards, what is it that you want at the end of the day. So this part here, scope management, is very important. A lot of times we do not know, like if we don't meet the minds of our client. Now, what does our client want? I'm sure some of you are working in client environment, like as Civil Water Board is a client, JKR is a client, many agencies are client, developers are client. So we as engineers, as consultant engineers, or as a contractors, or as mechanical engineers, manufacturing engineers, electrical engineers, you may work for SEB. The SEB may be your client. Some factory or plant, they may be your client. Some brands may be your clients. So all these are your clients. So we need to know what the client wants. Clients are engaging engineers for what purpose? They don't engage engineers just because they have too much money to throw around, or they've got too much time to sit down and have coffee with you and talk and have meetings and meetings and meetings. So there must be something that they're looking for. So we must understand what they're looking for. What is that deliverable at the end of the day? So that's why we believe that scope management is very, very important. And many engineers look very small into this thing. It's okay, treatment plant. I just, get old treatment plant project and then reuse that and then throw it in and, modify here and there. Yeah, we can do that. But we need to understand the need, the need of a project. What is the client's demand? What do they want, you see? And then before we can confirm exactly on what is a deliverable. And then after that, when we know that this is a deliverable, this is what we are looking for, then we will start to set out, our objectives, our aim, and then what kind of work, what kind of purpose, what kind of result, what do we want to achieve in the end? Okay, so that objective is always a very it's secondary. At the end of the day, is the deliverable. So the objective is like an interlink the bridge for everybody to know that you need to achieve A, B, C, D, E, F, so that in the end, this can be delivered. So this is the whole idea of project. Okay, and of course, project, like I said, is unique, is temporary. This one is all in the textbook. So this one, I think you all can read by yourself, not an issue. I'm just worried that if I go through one by one, then later on, some of the engineers here will be sleeping already. Yeah, so so it's temporary, meaning that no one project is the same. So I think we civil engineers are very clear about that. Every project is going to have a duration, have a deadline. There's going to be like, oh, you start this project this year, 2024, and then you have to finish in 2026 January. So there is a timeline, the time frame involved. And when it's a time frame involved, it means that this project will not go on forever and ever. Any project that is going on forever and ever, I think it's a very sick project. Okay, that one will probably be audited very soon, and then being cancelled out and all that. So all projects will be temporary, and then all project will involve some unique product, unique service, or unique services, and or some some unique results. Okay, and of course, besides that, project environment is very dynamic because it's unique, because it's temporary. It's very fast. Things are very fast moving. It's not going to be static. It's not going to be like, oh, month in, month out, day in, day out, you're doing the same thing. You see, like if you manage a bank, for example, a bank as an organization, they will have general management. So but for engineers, we don't do general management. We do project management or engineering management in a sense. So there are many aspects that you need to manage that is very specific to certain projects. Some projects you may be more into risk, some project that may be more into operations, some project may be more into O&M, operation and maintenance, some project are more into design, construction, building, delivering. So these are all part and parcels of a different aspects of a project. But one thing is our target is to finish the project, finish the project well, finish the journey, end the project well, not to be terminated because of any other reasons beside that the work is finished, okay, it's done, that is legally all clear. So that is our aim as our objective as a project manager. Okay, so we need to meet the objective. So objective is like this. When you have smaller objective, when you write objective, it has to be smaller. It is like segmentalizing the deliverables. So the different deliverables, one project that they may have many sub-deliverables. So every part of these sub-deliverables, you may want to create an objective for it, you see. So that in itself will actually help you to realize that what you need to achieve in the smaller component before it arrives at the bigger component. So we do want to break down the objective, okay, as it is, okay, and the objective is like going towards that final aim. Okay, so even if you do RP later, it's the same thing as well. So you have a big aim, and that aim is to solve certain problems, certain solutions, to produce certain things, or to create a framework, or to have a systems or whatever. That's a very big thing. It's just that project. It's a very big thing. But how to reduce it down to manageable components, that is what we engineers are trained to do. Otherwise, it's very difficult. It will be a mess. It's very difficult to see things clearly. So objective is really for you to break down, for you to understand, oh, I've got these sub-deliverables. I need to do the pipeline, or I need to do the treatment plant. I need to do the tank. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to get expertise from chemical and all that. So they have many objectives. Objectives can be many, but they're all built towards that final deliverables. You understand now? Okay. All right. So you can see that why you're here, because project category many, military, business, IT. For us, maybe a lot of us are, some of you in communication systems, some of you are in IT, and most of us are here, in industrial, in manufacturing, in maintenance, modification, residential, shipping. All these things are under the category of projects. As long as it fulfills that uniqueness, it fulfills that it has a timeline, it fulfills that it's dynamic, it's involving a lot of resources. These are all how you can classify certain things be a project. Normally, straight away off the top of any head, project are related to timeline. as long as something has start, some work endeavors, some work effort have a start, have a finish, they are all classified as projects. Okay. Olympic is also a project. Sukma in Sarawak is also a project because in the end it finished. People go home. Okay. You build a bridge, it is a project. You build a telecommunication tower, it is a project. You build a whole dam, water, electricity supply power plant. These are projects because it's not going to be endless. Because and you might say that, oh yeah, the project that I do 10 years already still do that treatment plant, or still do that power plant. Yeah, because it may be in phases. So each phase is like a project by itself. Okay, a development project. Some development projects may take 10 years, 20 years. The big, huge development areas like Desa Ilmu and MJC and all these are all big projects. So they take a long time. But if you look at the project by itself, it's a big project. But they will break it up into different phases, different sections. And each of these sections is by itself a project that each group of profession, each group of engineers have to handle at that time by itself. Okay, or you may have multiple projects, meaning that you've got a few projects ongoing at the same time in your portfolio. That may be also a case, but each of them is an individual. It's just that each of them have their own DNA, like a human being. None of them will be the same. Okay, so that is so unique about every project. Okay. I want to go in and talk to you about why you want to manage project. Why you want to manage project? I think, we talk about the word management a lot. A lot of work management. Sometimes, a lot of you are, parents, like daddy, mommy. So you tell your kids, and you have to manage your study. You have to manage your pocket money. Maybe your wife will tell you, I need to do weight management. I'm getting fat. Why is the word management always associated with some effort? Because you have a good you have a good direction. You have a good project, but many projects or all projects will actually need a lot of resources. It involves a lot of people. What do you mean by resources? It will involve people. It will involve labor. It will involve suppliers. It will involve subcontractors. It will involve contractors, builders. Hundreds of people sometimes in a project. It will involve organization support from your own organization, your admin, your clerks, your account, your financial, your operation. So there's so many people involved in the project. Secondly, so much material involved. And then thirdly, more money involved in the project. Now you open mouth, which project is only few 100,000? Maybe renovation of a house lah. But you open your mouth, we're talking about hundreds of millions, okay? Tens of millions. Big projects is always so much money involved. So money, methods. How there's so many ways of doing things. The work effort, the standard procedures of concreting, of building, of assembling a treatment plant, assembling the plant, assembling the machines, what is the parts of the machine that you're designing to work and all that. There is SOP, there is work method, there is things that you need to do. There's effort, there is work that needs to be done. Machineries involved, equipment, okay, money, people, contract, okay, legal regulations, rules, Malaysian laws, Malaysian regulations, effort systems, okay, your company organization systems. These are all part and parcel. You think that a project so easy? I mean, I don't think any one of of you would tell me that, you know, you can sleep overnight and tomorrow the project is done. It's a lot of hard work, huge amount of effort. And what does this effort means? It means manage. Because of there's so many elements here, you need to manage. Huh? It's just like your kids go to school, go to university, there are 11, 13, 12 subjects that needs to be studied. Huh? Each subject has their own difficulties. Your kids are good in which subject? They are not good in which subject? They are good in language and not good in maths. They're good in science, not good in maths. They're good in maths, not good in language. You know, there's so many things. There's so many teachers. There's a school. There's parents. There's home. There's food. You know, health. There's so many things that is here. So you need to coordinate them. You need to direct them. I always say that a project manager is like a conductor in an orchestra. Okay, every pieces of music, they need that one guy to stand there and direct all the instruments. You've got like strings, you've got like brass, you've got like flute, you've got so many, like 80 people minimum in the orchestra. Okay, 80 people minimum in the orchestra, each of them playing one instrument in a group. Okay, and each of them only have their own notes, own musical notes. When they play, they only play their own musical notes. So who is the person that put them all together? Is the conductor. I think all of you as engineers, experienced engineers, you know, you are the one that direct the project. Every contractor, every builder, they get drawings on their part. If I'm the water contractor, I get water contractors, I get the pipeline, you know, route and all that. And then the drainage people will get the drainage route and all that. If you do a development project, you know, yes, there's a site plan, you see where the houses are and all that. But the structure people will get the structure drawing, the water people will get the water drawing. You know, the drainage people will get the drainage drawing, the sewage people will get the sewage drawings. They will quote you according to their part. And then when they want to do their part, they look at you. When do I come in? When should I come in to do this? You need to tell them. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it according to the standards? It's up to the project manager or the management team. So management is like the functions of management. Management is like a knowledge. It's a knowledge that teach you, groom you, force you, you know, it makes you become your muscle memory to do planning, to do organizing, to do work execution, to do monitoring, to do controlling, to do rectification work. This is the functions of management. This is the art of management. Art of management, you apply this art of management to your kids' punya study. You ask your kids to manage the study, manage the timetable. This is what they need to do. They need to plan. Tonight I need to study what? And I have exam coming up. I need to plan. Then I need to, if I don't have workbook, I tell my mommy, I don't have workbook. Can you help me to get workbook? This is organizing your resources. And then when the time comes, exam comes, you do. You see? Not do well, then we see how. You see? So this is about managing. I tell my university, my bachelor students, if you don't want to graduate, you don't need to manage anything. You just sit there, day in, day out, be a happy person. You can. Okay? But to have this role, it doesn't make us a very likable people because we're always chasing after people's tail. I do this. Hey, you don't do this. You don't do this well. Hey, how come like this? How come like that? You're all, and then people always look for us. Project management. Hey, so and so. I ask so and so. Doctor so and so. How like this? This one not coordinate. Got problem. Then how? Can you tell me how to solve? You see, we are always at the very negative end, you know, of everything. As it's a very stressful job. As a project manager, it's a very stressful job. You get good pay, you fetch a very good price, you know, but with that, it comes with a lot of effort. You know, you need to fly in here, fly in there, you need to go to site, you need to do a lot of things called coordinating. So management is like this knowledge, you know, this knowledge that make you practice for every one of your project. So every first project you do management, okay, you manage, you plan, you organize your resources, you execute the project, you do monitoring, you do controlling, you do rectification work. Okay, so each component here, there's a knowledge here. Okay, so when you keep on practice, your brain will just go practicing planning. Okay, planning. Okay, this is planning. Okay, when a project starts, I do this. I need to plan. I need to get my schedule out. I need to get my budget out. I need to get my I need to get my PQP out. My quality plan out. You know, I need to get my risk study first. You know, I need to do this. These are all planning. Okay. Then you move into organizing. When the project starts, you need to organize, you know, your money, your effort, your manpower, your people, you know, you need to have coordination. You coordinate them together, and then when things start, on the day it starts, everything will be running. There'll be execution. It's supposed to start according to plan. It's that everybody start playing their own musical pieces, but the director, the manager is there to actually direct. Okay, direct, lead, control, leading execution, you know, and then definitely there'll be problems that crop up, because no matter how we plan, there will always be something missing. There will always be something not enough. So there may be additional information required, or something on site that cannot be done, or something in the power plant, the machine arrived late, you know, or the parts arrive late and it cannot be assembled and it delays the project. There's many things that can go wrong. Machine can go wrong, people can go wrong, SOP can go wrong as well, you know. So we need what we call monitoring effort. Monitoring is different from control. Okay, monitoring is like, usually junior engineer will monitor. You know, you get them to go to site and then sit down and, you know, record the piles, you know, numbers and all that, and they will go and look at the site daily. You know, they fill out the site daily record, they take photos of the progress and all that. It's a lot of monitoring work. It's just like you go to a hospital, you get sick. The first person that sees you is the nurse, okay, or the triage people. Triage people do what? They will ask you, oh, why are you here today? Sakit gorong, my throat is painful. Okay. What else do you have? You have a temperature. So they will take your temperature. They will read your blood pressure. Okay. They will ask you for your weight. They will ask you about your allergy to any medicine. So they will record that all down. That is monitoring. For those of you who has been hospitalized before, touch wood, every night, every 2 hours, nurses will come in, take temperature, take BP. Then you feel like kacha, you're asleep. But no choice, that is monitoring. Or they may put a pad on your heart now or whatever, and then they do monitoring on the machine. That is monitoring. They don't make decision. They don't solve problem. They do data recording. Okay? When the data is compiled properly, the engineers are the one, the project manager, the engineers are the one that will do the controlling. So if something is off, something is out of limit, something is off wire, okay, upper, lower limit, out already, that person is still having fever, so we should change medicine. We should give him more injection. He should go for a surgery. You know, like for us, it's all power offset. Are we going to put another power down? Huh? Water come out too high, E. coli test. What do we do? You see, the decision making, the problem solving is with the controller, the person controlling. That person will have to make that decision to solve that problem, to bring the things back to its original track. And within that, it is so simple to say this, oh, bring it back to the original track. You know, it's not that simple. When you think about things are off track already, how much off track? You see, we need to know. And how much off track will be determining how much effort you need to bring it back to its original position. And then when you are thinking about that also, you need to think about the off track thing that you need to bring back. What does it take? Does it take any resources? Does it take any money? Does it take any time? Is there any legal issue? Is there any regulation authority issues? You see, so many things that you need to think about. It's balancing. So that role of a controller is difficult. When you want to bring things back to your plan, in your head, there is a lot of calculation going on. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Before you make the decision. And some decisions have to be made quite instantly. For example, if you have a soil failure, the thing is already falling down, hitting on some cars or hitting on some bridge. That effort of, doing that emergency controlling, it to be almost immediate. There's no time. Let's call for a meeting. Everybody in, sit down, talk about the problem. What is the solution? How? And then after that, 2 days later, send the plan over. Do this. By then, I think, I don't know what to say. That will be too late, I think don't know how many people will actually be affected and die already, and how much complaint you'll be getting on your website and on in the newspaper or online or whatever. Okay, so some is very emergency. Some you probably need to sit down with your team, with your contractors, with your subcontractors, with your suppliers, with your service provider, and they need to work out something, So like I think a lot of SEB electrical project also, the moment the electricity is off already, like no electricity, something is wrong with the plant. Effort needs to be done, immediate effort. Otherwise, out there, people has no electricity, they cannot shower, they cannot eat, they cannot cook. There are a lot of problems already. That's one thing, you get a lot of phone calls. And then after that, a lot of businesses start calling you, how am I going to do my business like this? And then some schools, how? I cannot teach because there's no electricity in the school. There are so many problems that will bombard you coming in at the same time. So then the problem solving, the mechanical, the electrical people, they have to act really fast, to solve this problem. Okay, so these are different level of control, of emergencies and control. So certain things you may have to wait for decision, we may have to wait for more drawings, we may have to wait for more parts and all that. Then we need to manage it differently. So again, when it comes to controlling, I think the hardest issue is to balance, to have a decision that is balanced for everybody, for everything. So, certain things, you want to do it immediately, it takes money. You want to fly in your parts from US, 24 hours, I need to install this, I have to get it in. So money is an issue. So you need to bring in this thing emergency, fast, you may have to pay more for it, you see. Then sometimes time don't allow you that. So in a sense that time, cost, quality, this is always the bottom line when it comes to decision making. Everything else is over and above. Okay, so as project manager, our objective is to always manage the scope of work, so that when you do controlling, when you do the whole management, it doesn't go off from the plan. Okay, from what you originally set out to do, the scope of work. Okay, and then if it does went off, you need to balance between time and money and what was the original quality requirement that we're looking at. When we talk about quality, it's about satisfaction. It's about fulfillment of the product over the desire of the people who are going to use it and own it. How does it fulfill the needs? You can have a good project, but it doesn't help with anything. We call it white elephant we call it white elephant. So you may have a very good project, you fulfill time, fulfill cost, but it's not functioning. Then you fail in terms of the quality aspects. Okay, imagine turning on the water and there's no water every 3 days, kind of thing. And then you already built a huge, tank, treatment plant tank and everything, and the water just doesn't flow. Something is wrong. So that is quality problem. Within the quality itself, there's many aspects. Many aspects contribute to quality. Quality is not about going to the site, going to the factory, at the end of the factory line, take out a product, Is it, oh, this one measurement, correct. Oh, this one try function, correct. Okay, pass. And then this group pass, 95% limit, settle, pass. It's not like that. Like us engineers, civil engineers go to site. It's not about pointing out errors. This one's so ugly. This one, got honeycomb. I need to cancel you. I need to draw a pen. I need to put a spray can. This one got crack. This one got problem. This drain got whatever. It's not flowing. Or sewage plant not flowing. Sewage pipeline not flowing. So it's not that simple. That one, if we talk about quality management, you're managing quality, you have to understand that quality is not about the end product. It's not only about the end result. It's the whole process that goes into the final quality of the product that you need to manage. So we talk about that in quality management. So again, back to what we're talking about here is management is that effort, planning, organizing your resources. Leading is an execution. Within execution, there's leading, there's coordinating, there's directing. Directing the people, directing the resources, leading, like taking the lead, making decision. These are all execution. And then monitoring. We should have a team of cloud works in order to do the monitoring and to report issues if there's an issue. And then later on, the engineers will do the controlling part. And the controlling part will be a balancing act between many aspects of the project, such as time, cost, quality, scope. Okay, and these are the fundamental things that you will be balancing. But of course, if let's say if money is not an issue, your aim is to build a state-of-the-art, Sarawak tallest building, higher than Mount Kinabalu, because we don't have Mount Kinabalu, we want to have a Sarawak tallest building. Well, Sarawak can have that kind of funny project sometimes. So if this is like we have this kind of state-of-the-art, time and money, no matter, no problem one. Well, then our controlling, our bottom line here, when we talk about controlling, your effort will be very different. Then you'll be looking into more of quality, you're looking into more of safety, you'll be more looking into the integrity of the project, you're looking at the media, the communication, many aspects of the project needs to be balanced if time and cost is not an issue, for example. So really depending on the nature of a project. When I think in the 1960s, when US said that I want to go to the moon, when they say I want to go to the moon, you think that that is an issue with money and with effort? With money or with time? Time was an issue because at that time, US, the Russia already they've already, go up to the moon. They haven't they have already sent people up to the moon, you see. So now US said that in order for political everything to be stable, we need to show that we can also go to the moon. And we will land in the moon, we'll play on the moon, we'll drive cars on the moon. That was what they want to show. That is the project. That is the bottom objective. That is the bottom things that they want to deliver. So I think at that time, all the effort of management is focusing on get these guys onto the moon. I don't care what other things, money is not an issue. I want to get these guys up to the moon. I want to get some Americans up on the moon before when. That's it, full stop. So there's a lot of underlying other issues surrounding project as well. So there may be other environmental issues, there may be some political issues, there may be some regional issue, there may be some national, international issues as well. So when we talk about time, cost, quality, is actually so basic, so basic. It's the bottom line. So whenever we are in project, we need to be careful that our project is not only time, cost, quality, scope of work. There is other things surrounding your project that is going to affect decision making, affect problem solving, affect the controlling, and affect the initial plan that you set up to do. So obviously, I wouldn't say whatever you plan, you will get 100% at the end of the day by doing management. But if you can get a big portion of it all done correctly, I think it's quite good, okay? Because plan is there for you to follow. Okay, plan is like a direction, it's like an effort direction, it's up there. People see it, it's like a star on top of a Christmas tree. Everybody sees that, everybody wants to go towards that kind of thing, is it? So planning is like the plan is there. We want to stick to it, we want to follow to it. But as we move along under the project, other things like resources, execution, controlling, monitoring, these will also affect the project to make it off track and to make changes. As engineers, I think one of our adaptability must be making changes. We cannot be so rigid in such a way that my drawings, my plans, everything must be fixed. If anything go up by 1 cm, I will die kind of thing. You cannot do that, you see? So it's not possible. So there will always be room for changes, but within the changes itself, you must control so that it doesn't run too far out. Control when there is you need to balance between the different elements within the projects. So this is something that I really want to get over to you as as the course here, that what we're teaching you, what we're going through, lecturing here, the notes, everything is about. As project manager, you'll be given tools, you'll be given the understanding of certain aspects of things, but in the end, decision making has to be reasonable, has to be flexible, has to be adaptable. Okay, and then you must also take into consideration of other elements as well. I think this is something that all engineers must be very careful with, because some projects are involving community, some projects are involving very high political profile stuff, and then some projects are actually very specifically targeting for certain NGOs, or certain people with certain needs, for example. Then we have to be very careful with the environment. What we call project environment. We're not talking about environmental here. We're talking about environment, project environment. So when we talk about scope management, I will go into more detail with that, okay, on scope management, okay, whereby we need to think about, when you design your scope of work, think about that planning, think about what is there that is missing. Some projects, if you do project overseas, maybe the media will be one of the very critical factor. The public will be one of the very critical factor. Yeah, like certain agencies, certain rules and regulations, certain law as well. Like I think Sarawak, we have a lot of these native customary laws, rules, native land, agricultural land, mixed zone development, all that. We have our own system, rules and all that. So happens Malaysia is, we are a lawful country. So whenever we do project planning, project controlling, we need to take effort into thinking about the different aspects that is surrounding your project. And it does not necessarily just focus on your project alone. Sometimes we engineers are too focused on solving problem. We forgot the outer issue, second liner issue. We forgot about the organization issue. Because a project is surrounded by organization, surrounded by the external issues such as authority, such as legal rules, requirement, such as the existing facilities, existing infrastructures, okay, availability of materials and availability of proper systems and all that, or availability of expertise. And then we also have a third outer layer, outer crust, that we talk about global issue, environmental issue, economics issue, society issue, so social issues basically, legal issues. Okay, so I think my mentality, especially in the next class, will be focusing on that way of thinking. We call that a system thinking. Okay, a system thinking, not just I have this problem, I define this problem, and this problem can be solved A, B, C, D, E, F, and then I choose based on the cheapest, I choose based on the shortest time, I choose based on certain criteria, and that's it, I solve problem. That is a very traditional way of solving problem. So now our problem solving has to look at it from a bird eye view. So we're looking out from a tree, looking down at the problem. You need to look at the whole entire surrounding of the project before we do our project plan. So project scope is like getting the plan out right first. Getting enough of information, thinking enough, studying enough, doing enough of study for you to plan it well. Okay. I know that whatever I'm saying here may sound a bit too perfectionist in the sense, perfectionist in the sense, yeah. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, especially practicing engineers like some of you who are in the industry for many years, you will find, like, if we do that, we'll never finish. It's like you'll be taking years to even get one project out. That's definitely true. Some things are like that. Some things are urgent. Some things are, maybe skipped. But I think. We can try, we can try in the effort, we can try. I mean, there's always something that we can do in a proper way, you see. The proper way is this, and whether it's case by case basis, situation by situation basis, project by project basis, we need to adjust anyway. True or not? Like even some of you are working in factory environment or mechanical environment, or even in like that in Cambodia. I'm pretty sure Cambodia and also Malaysia, the whole system, even though the Malaysian can be Malaysian company or international company, having two locations. The way you manage things, the way you look at things, the way that people solve things, the society and the community and the workforce, they're all very different. Am I right? So whenever the effort, yeah, that's all. Yeah, so, in the way that
No, it's correct.
Huh?
I just want to concur with you. It's correct. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, you find it very different now when you come to Sarawak. It may be very different from West Malaysia, correct now. It may be a similar product, a similar line, or similar project, so, but then in a way, when you execute it at different places, there's different things to consider. So our project plan, the way that you lead, the way that you organize, I think, and the way that you control, you must understand what is your objective, what is the balance that you need to achieve here. This is something that I want to get it out to you guys in that gist, in this few minutes of lecture in that sense. Yeah. Okay, so this is what management can do. Yeah. Of course, typically under the Project Management Institute, these are the areas, okay? Scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communication, risk, procurement, stakeholder management, and integrating the 9 areas together. So this is what you'll be getting basically from the engineering management program. I think you have a course. These are covered in project management. Project management, risk as a separate topic, communication, organization, behavior, economic studies, financial studies is all here as well. Resources management is also covered. And then we also have additional occupational health and safety management. What else? Operation and maintenance management. I think some people will be in that area, especially people working for like maintenance company, for hospitals, for roads, for many of these maintenance company. I think that is one area of management that also is quite interesting as well, I think. Yeah. So what do we learn for management here? Basically, what we're trying to get you to do is learn the knowledge, learn whatever tools that is available, how to use these tools, use these techniques, and how to think. Thinking is very important. Yeah. Thinking until it is muscle memory is even more important. Yeah. So as a project manager, we learn as we go. As junior engineer, we learn up to certain level. We need to practice. And after practice for a while, it must become your muscle memory. It's just like, first you go on a bicycle, you don't know how to cycle, but you fall down a few times. And then after that, you cycle for a few times, and then you cycle for 1-2 kilometers. And then after a while, forever in your life, you will do cycling. You can cycle. Same thing. When we talk about management, it's like, it's not something that every one of us is born with, I believe. Not all of us are like born manager, born leader, born to be able to look at things from a big point of view. Not some people I mean, like, I know some people who has very big issues in terms of problem solving. I'm sure you have seen people like that. You know, they go to meetings, they cannot do solution. They keep on saying things like blah, 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 A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, you know, back again, Z, Y, you know, X, Y, Z again, you know, and then in the end, meeting no conclusion. Huh? There are personality like that. So that's why I believe that nobody is born with that personality of becoming a manager. Some people are, they're born leader, they can see things, this is their character, you know, but how many percentage? But since we're in this profession, why not train ourselves with their skills? Train ourselves to do it. Train ourselves to learn the knowledge. Train ourselves to practice the knowledge. Train ourselves to do certain things until it becomes muscle memory. And that will probably put you and your company and your organization on a different level in a sense. Because if everybody is doing this, everybody is messing up, but your team, your organization, your authority agencies are doing a lot better than other people, well, then why not? You know, is that a problem? It starts with you. You're the change, you're the game changer here. Okay, so make it management like a way of thinking, like a way of practicing, like a way of doing things, like a way of problem solving. You know, it's like the method, you know, a method, a system, you know, way of thinking, you know, to actually solve problem and deliver solution. So that is what management seeks to look for, like in that sense. So project, especially very specifically, we're looking at things like scheduling, scope, and also cost, procurement. These are a bit more related to one another, resources management and all that. Okay. Okay. All right. So this bit here, function of management, planning, leading, organizing. So I've basically gone through each and every one of these functions. Okay. What do you do when it comes to organizing? What do you do when it comes to leading or coordinating this execution? Okay. Some example of what it involves. Okay. Controlling. These are, well, I should put the word monitoring and controlling. Let me modify the slide a little bit. So yeah, so I'll post up the slide maybe on Monday or Tuesday. So it's available for you guys to take a look already by then. Okay. So controlling, monitoring, and then these are the to attend performance is to match the performance or the product with the original plan. So you want to bring it back to the original plan and do it according to, you know, corrective plan. So the corrective action is to take the actual corrective action. Okay, but of course to do this is already execution. To do this, the upper bit control and monitoring plays a big role there. And then project manager, this one I think don't need to talk lah. So you are going to be a project manager. Your function is to make decision, take action, and problem solve. You see, this is all the main thing that we do. We don't put it very bluntly. Why do we need a project manager? We want somebody to make decision. We want somebody to take action. We want somebody to do problem solving. And that is where all the stresses are. Because it falls on your shoulder. Executing is very simple. I execute only, I do only. But when the decision is making, the taking action is, you know, taking action is problem solving, well, the result is going to come back to you. See, so that's why it's a pressure. It's a pressure for project manager. So I would say project manager needs to be a very daring person in a way, in a sense. But of course, daring does not mean that you should be like taking risks without any thoughts, you know. Risk management is not about not taking any risk, becoming very cowardly, very scared. I don't want to do it. I don't ask me. I can't make decision here. Or some manager, their way is collective decision. Let's have a meeting. How many people agree? How many people don't agree? Oh my God, you know, it's like if you do that, I can tell you, everybody knows that. Sleeping already, okay? So we do need a person who is daring, but daring within reason, daring within the authority, daring within the limit to make decision and be smart enough to balance the different aspects of the project together with the project environment to make a very good, clever decision that solves the problem and do not bring any extra problems on board. That one is a major thing. I know there's many decisions that are made and later on create more problems. Then it can be another big issue. Okay, some decision made, but in the end create a legal problem, create a legal issues, or create a dispute. That can be quite disastrous as well. So yeah, project manager, that is our role. So this is about what a project manager should do and all that. Take a read through. I think you'll be okay. I mean, these are the typical knowledge in project management. Okay. All right. I do have a second slide. This is on project life cycle. Project life cycle. Project life cycle actually is something that is quite common in all engineering studies. Okay. There's not much things to go through actually. I mean, I think a lot of you who are already engineers, you know your project life cycle and product life cycle. Okay. Can I do this? I think if we go through this, it may be a little bit boring for you because it may be something that you already know, like from project starts from a need, to feasibility studies, to conceptualization, to feasibility studies, to preliminary design, and then to detail studies, detailed design, and then to execute, and then to deliver, hand over the project and all that, and then finally to submit the project, hand over the project to a client for commissioning and for usage, and then after that you go through the maintenance period, continuous maintenance, and then after that you finish up with recycling of the project or demolishing of the project. Then you finish the whole life cycle of the project. I think these kind of things. I'm just thinking that should I just give you some pre-recorded lectures on this, so that it's not going to be a lot, just like 40 minutes or 15 minutes of pre-recorded lectures. Does it help at all? Yeah.
Okay, doctor, no problem.
No problem, huh? It's just like for interest purpose, huh? I think this one is to recap whatever knowledge that you already have in a way. Maybe in the past you do it, you do know it, but you may not be so like you do not know the actual words or the terminologies for it in that sense, So maybe I will also point out some things that you have missed in your work and all that. I don't know. Either that or we can continue with the lecture in the second class. I think this one is also very closely related to the scope management as well. So maybe I can do, let me see how, okay? But I think we can stop here for today, It's already 2 hours of non-stop, and like I said, I think this knowledge is not so critical in the sense that we have to finish it, otherwise we cannot continue. Okay, so either I would produce some simple recordings like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and then you guys just listen to it over the weeks. Then on the next class, I will bring this up again to recap and then move on to project scope management. All right? Agree?
Agree, Dr. Ting.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, doctor.
Okay. Everybody agree, huh? All right.
Agree.
Okay, so let's call it a day, and yeah. If I do have any recording, I will put it out on Elite and then I will post it in the group. That is what my normal practice is. I will inform this recording, the notes already up on the Elite, then you guys can go update. So it's only 30-40 minutes like maximum on what is project life cycle, just to give you a recap. But the main thing is I want to take it so that you can bring it to your next class of project scope management. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys. Anyone still need to take QR code? We can also have some time here for discussion if you want. I'm very happy to sit down and listen to some of your opinion about project management and your experience in project management. No? Everybody wants to go out for lunch already? Do you still have class in the afternoon?
No, Dr. Ting.
Okay, okay. All right, so get all your registration and all your subject dropping, adding all sorted out by next week, and then we will start our engine already today, and then we'll proceed like as it is now. If there's any way that you want me to change the lecture, whatever, you let me know, okay? But of course, you have to talk among your group, lah. Let's say if some of you are like saying that I prefer to have more discussion, I prefer to have more case studies or whatever, you just let me know, okay? Then I will prepare accordingly, lah.
Okay, Doctor.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
If
that'll be good.
If not, then let me also type my name, and for those of you who don't know me, I'll type my name and email address here on the chat box, so you can contact me. I think my phone number, I'll put it here as well, in case that you don't know which one is me in the group. There's many numbers there. And then my email address. Okay, that's it. All right. So we keep in touch. I'll see you again next week, huh?
Thank you, Dr. Ting.
So much, Dr.
Thank you,
Ting.
Doctor.
Happy
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take your medicine, Dr. Ting.
Yeah, I know. I should go and take my cough mixture. Okay, see you
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor. Take good care of your health.
Yeah.